When you're starting the process of writing a kid's book, there are numerous things to consider. It can oftentimes be difficult finding the right place to start on such a huge project. Hi, my name is Theory Ledbetter, and I'm going to walk you through my guide for writing a storybook. Before writing a word, you need to think about your network. Who else do you need help from? Who's the artist, etc., and how, most importantly, do you communicate? Slack, Google Drive, email, all of these are effective ways to professionally communicate with your network. Then comes the fact-checking. If you were to write a storybook, you need to make sure everything is factually correct. From Dr. Seuss to Shel Silverstein, all great authors have used Snopes or library databases to make sure they're only delivering accurate facts to the audience. After fact-checking comes knowing what you own and what you don't. What ideas are your ideas? Which ones aren't? Knowing what's fair use and what's copyright protected can save you from getting sued, which is kinda sort of important if you're looking to make a profit. If you're certain that all your art and whatnot is legal, then it's time to start exporting those images to your team. Images can come in all different forms, color formats, and compression styles. Knowing the gamuts of CMYK versus RGB could save your book from ending up in the $2 bin. Now, some people like to begin the writing process now, but it's much more important to customize your book's typography. Choosing typefaces, fonts, and themes is much more important. The typography itself can significantly change the message of your entire storybook. After choosing the typeface, creating the images, and assembling a team, it's time for the critiquing. The most important thing here is honesty. You have to know exactly how amazing everything you've done so far is. Make sure to check with a large audience so that everyone can see your progress and know how great you are. After you feel confident enough about your soon-to-be book, it's time to create a website for the soon overwhelming number of fans. Before you write any of the story, you should write up the HTML for your website. Combining your HTML with the style language of CSS should help create the perfect website. The CSS is all about the style of the web page. There are all kinds of ways to style your website, but nearly all of them use either Flexbox or Grid. Using either of these allows for more control over your design and allows you to make your website the way you want it. But while good design may be important, so is accessibility. If you want your masterpiece of a website, book, to be truly appreciated, everybody needs to be able to see it. There are a lot of audiences that need extra aids, from the audio impaired to the colorblind to the legality of it all. There are all kinds of reasons to make your website accessible to anybody who might want to visit it. So please make it accessible for all audiences. And when it finally comes time to upload the website for your unwritten book, you need to find a way to put it on the internet. Git and GitHub are great methods for this. It allows for a wide audience, as well as easy and effective version control of your code and your website as a whole. Now it comes time to decide whether you might want to make an audio version of your storybook. Audio files usually take up a lot of space, so knowing the file type for compression is pretty important. Don't worry, knowing the content of the book is later. Be patient, we'll get to that. Once all of the planning is done, it's time to think bigger. Think back, not what you know. Who cares if the book isn't written yet? What if we make it a screenplay? Oh, this is going to be huge. We'll call it a passion project for now, but let's streamline it. We'll see where this can go. Okay. So when it comes to videos, we need to start from the very beginning. What do people like? Well, most people enjoy short-form video over lectures, so our movie needs to be fast. Needs to be something that really grabs the audience's attention. The information's not nearly as important, right? Then we have to move on to the technology side of the video. Video tech takes many different forms and formats. We need to know what codecs are being used for the audio and video compression, then deciding what file type to use for the project as a whole. This is important, guys. But hold on, let's take a deep breath. We need to get back to writing the actual story. Storyboarding is a great way to get the project started. It gives you a solid outline to follow throughout the process of the writing, and it can really help your project move along as a whole. And then comes the backlash and comments from creating just about anything on the internet. The haters, the hecklers, and the critics are gonna make bad reviews. But hey, now you have a presence in the vast world of writing and on the internet, a presence that will be there forever. So maybe we should have spent just a little more time actually writing the story itself, and maybe we won't be making any major projects anytime soon, but someone is enjoying what you've done. Someone out there who actually likes your book and found enjoyment in it. You may not be the best storybook author, web designer, or guide maker, but the most important thing to remember, regardless of what you're working on, is that people are going to critique and judge it on the internet without mercy. So who cares? Just enjoy yourself.